What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. And in this video, let me show you what I have going on today. You guys may know we have been working on that window regulator on the last video. We got that installed. It works like a charm. So that's damn, I'm definitely excited about that. But now we're actually pretty much putting back or installing and putting all the hardware in the doors so we can actually have windows, you know, rolling up and down windows. But before I do that, I'm just gonna come out and say it and actually show you what I'm actually working on right now before I even get to the doors. And it's this. As you guys may know, this is the little quarter windows here in the back. And I decided because that box right there, it's not actually a Bluetooth turntable there. That's actually the weather stripping for what I believe is the entire windows here in the car. So because I have that, and you know, by looking at this weather stripping, it's kind of split, and I'm sure this, I don't know whether this is the original one or not, but it seems to be broken in, you know, in some places. And you know, since we are working on, you know, putting this thing back together, I kind of decided that, hey, why not? Let's just go ahead and while we're at it, it's one of those while you're at it moments. Let's take it out and replace the damn weather stripping. Yeah. So again, this is one of those videos that I have no idea what I'm doing. Never actually done this before, but I guess we're just gonna learn. So I'm bringing you with me. So let's do it. All right. So step one is, well, take it off. You can't really change it while it's on there. So looking from the back here, it looks like it's just 4 little screws, which is, this one is already broken. Thank you very much. One less screw. So that means it's 4. So there's one here, which is pretty rusted, and where is it? Here. There you go. So let's take off those 4 if you're lucky. Thank you very much. And see if that's pretty much all there is. And I believe that that's all that's holding it in place. Obviously you have trim, you have to take off the trim, but let's go, we're lucky like that, so let's go ahead and take it off. So we took off the little screws. This is just one of them. As you can see, you can either use the Phillips head screwdriver, or if you're using a socket, it's a 7mm. And this new weather stripping for the door here surround, just get it out of the way. And with it. Whoa. Oh, I hope I didn't scratch anything. But yeah, this is pretty much how you take it off. And now it's time to break it apart. So I'm pretty much gonna take off all the screws that I find here, which is just one. Literally, it's just one. Oh crap. All right, fun times. Yeah, let's just go ahead and break it down. Right, so once you peel off this weather stripping here, it exposes 2 screws on the corner on this side here. 2 screws. Let's go ahead and take these off. Once you take off these 2 screws on the corner here, so you see how it has this little corner tab here. This piece here, I mean, you can try to pry it open from the back, which I really don't want to kind of mess with, but I believe this top piece comes off. So this is actually a 2-piece. So this top piece kind of anchors in from each end here and here. So you have to pretty much take this piece off, and this piece here, I believe it's 1 piece. So pretty much we're just gonna mess around with it. Maybe pry it a little bit from the back here, from the tabs that it has, so it can come off. So a little trick that I found to be kind of useful is kind of come in with a small screwdriver, kind of pry it from this corner here, so you can get a little bit leverage, and just pretty much pry it here. As you can see, it's already separating. Now that it's separating, now you just have to pull it from here, then here. So it's kind of pulling away now, or pulling apart, I should say, and just pretty much mess with it. Just mess with it. There's no other way. There's no other way. Also, quick note, you might notice that in the back, this is, you know, the outside of it, inside you see like little like lips that might be hard, and when you press down on them, obviously they break like if they were plastic. I was a little worried that this might have been some type of trim piece, but it's not. It's actually the weather stripping that it's so dry that it just turns very brittle. And there it is, 2 pieces. Again, got a finagle with it, but it just popped off. It even came in 1 piece, so I didn't have to take out this corner tab here. If you wanted to take off this little corner tab, you can. It literally just slides out here like that, because it has little grooves on each end here, which slides in place like that, so you can literally slide out. So right now what I'm doing is pretty much just taking off all the weather stripping, all the residue and everything. This little piece of black sealant or RTV or whatever that may be. And I'm gonna do the same to this right here. So I'm gonna take off the window, which is pretty simple now that everything's off. Pretty much break it like that. And just pretty much just clean it. This is so freaking brittle here. It feels like plastic, but no, it's just the weather stripping like I was mentioning it before. So this is the glass. Don't break it. Put this to the side here. And again with this piece, just make sure to clean everything out. Use a screwdriver. Don't bend it. Don't break it. Just take off the weather stripping all around here. Everything. Make sure to clean it. All right. By cleaning it, it's just clearing it. You know, you don't have to go all out on this. Just make sure it's not. There's no weather stripping here. All right. So you can be ready to install the new one. I went ahead and cleaned it up as best I could. I noticed this like rust spot here, but now it's just, I guess it's like a welded plate that connects these 2 pieces. So I just kind of cleaned it up as best I could, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm pretty much gonna clean the glass here as best I can, so we can go ahead and sort through this box here and find the weather stripper for this. Glass here is cleaned. Had a little overspray for some reason, but I cleaned it out, and it's a little, my fingerprints are on it and all that stuff, but it's definitely a lot cleaner than how it was. So now let's go ahead and break open that box. All right, so I do have some pieces laid out, and I believe we'll be using the inner, because this looks like the one that we use for the actual window here. And I believe it's this one as well. Outer quarter glass seal. I believe that's the one that went out here. I guess the part that seals the actual window to the outside. I believe so. Yeah, this is it here. And I believe that's it for the quarter window here. It only took 2 of them, which is that's the outer one here, and that breakage would be that one right there. So the rest of these are pretty much glass channel, lower door seal, glass channel back, whatever that is, upper door seal. So we're just gonna go and put these back, use them for later. But now we have what we have here for that quarter glass. Let's start with this inner quarter glass seal. There's a part number here. I don't know. I have no idea actually what aftermarket, or if it's aftermarket or OEM. I'm pretty sure it's aftermarket, but I don't know from what company this is. So I mean, if that helps you there, awesome. But I just have no idea from where this comes from. I just got it with the shell here. This is what I'm using. All right, so we take this off or out of the baggie here. That's pretty much it. So as you guys can see, I believe it goes this way. No, this way. And it does have little grooves here, which is gonna slide in to that window glass here. So let's go ahead and install it. Should be pretty straightforward, right? There you go. Already looking fresh as fuck here. Again, pretty straightforward. You do have to kind of play with it just to have it sit where it should be. I'm pretty sure you can use some type of WD-40 or whatever lubricant of your choice to kind of make it a little easier on you. It's not that hard, honestly. But now that it's here, so I am definitely probably gonna use some lubricant to make life easier for me here. But let's go ahead and assemble this thing. Where'd this go here? There you go. So this is pretty much how it is here. That's how it goes. Installed it here. For this, I definitely recommend some lubrication like WD-40 or whatever you may use, because it does need to sit inside of here, and you need to make sure that everything here sits against the metal frame here, or aluminum or whatever it is. So just make sure that it sits all the way around good, especially on the outside here. Make sure it sits against it here, all around. You have to push it in, you have to, whatever you got to do, make sure it sits all the way in, because now comes this part here of installing this piece here. There we go. So again, same for this part. I'm gonna go ahead and lube it up just to make sure it's kind of slides into place where it needs to be. And once it's in there, make sure to screw in these two bolts, two screws here, right here. And this one unfortunately didn't have any, but I'm thinking about using this bottom one up here just to have this secured and not kind of open here. Before that, we do need to put that little corner tab on, so we can't forget that, or else we'll just have a big ass gap here. So I'm either gonna slide it in here or on this piece here, probably on this piece here. Slide it here so it can be easier, because once this is in, you're gonna have, well, it's gonna be pretty much impossible to put this one in here. So go ahead and again put it on. Let's go ahead and install it. All right, just to give you an idea of how I'm doing it here, again, I lubed it up the inside of the rail here, and well, not so much here, I probably should too. I lubed up the tabs on this side and this side, which allowed it to kind of slide in. Again, I installed this piece on the top piece, and it's pretty much already in. So now I just have to make sure that this slides into here, and have this tab here line up to the screw holes here, and this one as well. Right, so this is the piece here. I went ahead and screwed this back piece. You can see, got the screws on here. I'm not liking this gap here. I was trying to take this screw off the bottom. Damn it, no right. But it's pretty bad. It's stripped. So you can see there are no other screws. Actually, they do have other screws, but they're over there in the parts car. Ooh, oh yeah. All right, yeah, let's go take them off from the parts car. At least these two top screws here, because I definitely need them for this. Nah, I'm not having this here. All right, so we are good. No gap. So I did end up taking off one screw from the parts car quarter window, but it was different than this one. So the screw was too short. Man, that kind of sucked. So I ended up using one of the actual quarter window screw slash bolts that pretty much bolted to the back of it. Not ideal, but it fit, so yay. Alright, so now we have the weather stripping on the quarter glass window here. Now the last piece that we do need is the weather stripping that goes on the outside of it. This right here, which is that part, I believe. And that's for seals this part here. Since it doesn't, at first I thought it kind of slid in here on the slip, but no, it's actually, it just goes on top here. So, which pretty much means that the window sits on the outside of it, which of course you need to seal for water, protection. So we're definitely gonna clean this up a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and install this outer one. Okay, so for this outer one, it's pretty much glued on. So you pretty much, I'm gonna start from here, and might not have the proper materials here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use Gorilla Glue, which is should be good, right? It's Gorilla Glue. It works. What do you mean? So pretty much I'm gonna go ahead and put a pretty thick layer, or I do have another one, but this one's kind of half empty already. But I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some Gorilla Glue pretty much all around here on the wood strips, and there's gonna be some excess here which I can then cut off. This is it, final result here. This outer weather strip is installed here. I went ahead and trimmed it I'm not sure why like that, but it's all good. Now it's pretty much back to installing it. Let's clean it up and get it ready to install. All right guys, so this is it right here. We finally, with the help of my pops over here, right there, we managed to install it on this side here. Again, it's just the 4 screws. This one kind of came in clutch here, to be honest with you. It helped me as a guide here. Again, 1 screw, 2 screw, 3 screw on top. The only thing that I can tell you, or kind of give you a little bit of advice of, now that I've done this on both sides now, when installing the outer weather strip, I started from here. But the thing is, I would definitely recommend that you kind of stretch it out here in the corner, because I did struggle with installing the window here, because this part here, it was a little bit too thick, so I had to kind of like force it and push it in this way then down. So I would definitely, next time if I ever do this again, I would definitely kind of stretch it out a little bit so I can thin it out here in this corner here. But besides that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. It definitely has to seal now, so that's good for sure. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for future content for sure. And well, see you guys next time. Peace.